Wednesday morning. It is sort of sunny out there. I just looked out the window there. I'm looking forward to show you this today. This is a very quick and easy technique. I'm just going to quickly bring it in and show it to you. We're going to do, you can do a necklace, or you can do a couple of bracelets from the kit what we put together today. I have to admit, I did stop at 6 colorways. This time I didn't go too mad with them, so you got 6 colorways to choose from, and I'm going to show you on the website just in a second. Let me know where you are watching from. Let me know how's the weather where you are. I'm just going to move a couple of windows here, and we're gonna get started. Very quick technique. Really and truly, once you start, there's only one step. So this is a uneven tubular netting. So with tubular netting, sometimes you have to step up, well, not sometimes. If you do an even one, you have to step up every single time. With this one, there is no stepping up. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna show you how to start, and we're just gonna sort of keep on going and spiraling around. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Rachel, Carol. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Jen. Good morning, Mina. Good morning. I am feeling better. Oh. Roxy just bolted from the lead. I am feeling better. Not 100% yet, but I am getting there. Bless her. She goes in. She like stands in front of it, and then you have to put her in, and and then she decides that she doesn't want to be in there anymore, and she just jumps out. So let's get started. So I'm gonna very quickly pop you over to the website, and then I'm going to show you how this stitch done. So I am going to share my screen. There we go. So by now you know what you need to do. You're going to go to totalbeads.co.uk, and you're going to click on to learn to make jewelry making, and scroll down. We're going to go into video tutorials. There is loads of different things for you to check out there. Again, I'm going to scroll down, and we have got many different techniques, many different makes here, but over the past 3 years, 4 years, with 2020, 2021, 22, 23, 24 years now. Time flies. It's 23rd of March in 2020 when we started. So gosh, it has, you just lose track of time sometimes. So you're gonna click on today's make, which has got Faye tubular netting, and a beautiful technique. We're gonna be using microcrystal beads and size 15 seed beads. However, you don't have to go through the size 15s anymore. So once you pick them up, you're just going to be going through the crystals themselves. So I'm going to scroll down. We have got 6 colorways. I made a couple of them up as bracelets and did some little swatches of the other colors so I can show it to you. The kit is $10.99, but it's discounted down to $8.99 today. So do get it while you can. You get 4 strands of crystals in there. So I just need a sip of my drink because my voice is going already. You get 4 strands of crystals in there, and you get size 15 seed beads. You also get your clasp. So 6 colorways. I'm gonna come back here, and I'm gonna go down on the mat. So I got this couple, which is completely made up because we're going around. It spirals around in a beautiful way, very subtle little spiral or twist around the bracelet. Let me just bring it up. I just really love it. I think it's very beautiful, and it's quite small, so it creates about a 6mm tubular netting, so it can sort of go in a stack with other bits of pieces what you're wearing. It's really a beautiful. So this one is called Dragonfly because the crystals are called Dragonfly. It's sort of a purple green crystals, and the seed beads are called Grape. So it's a beautiful mixture, stands out very well. Some of the beads are chosen, they like sort of stand out from each other, and others are quite, a couple of them blend in a little bit more. So this one is, let me just scroll down so I'll give you the right name. This one is Jet Hematite. So jet black is the crystals, and the seed beads are hematite. Very sort of monochromish color, goes with everything really to wear. Next one I'm gonna show you is the crystal sapphire. So I have got here crystal color crystals, crystal AB crystals, and this beautiful light blue, very good I think for the spring color seed beads. Next one I have for you is the gold iris, which I have chosen. Actually, I'm probably going to demo with this one because I love this color. So it's a darker iris brown seed beads with gold crystals. Again, a very nice colorway, goes with everything because you got that darker and lighter color in there as well. Next one is the pink mauve. Again, this one I chosen somewhat to sort of blend in. So the crystals and the seed beads are very similar color. Again, this is I love this color. I love these pinks because it's not too much of a pink, but it's still a very nice sort of bright color. And last but not least is the jet gold, just jet crystal gold. Now here I've chosen the seed beads more sort of a lighter beige goldy color, and it's the jet gold plated crystals to go in there, so they kind of very nicely stand out as well. So I'm just going to come back and say hello again. Good morning, Barbara, Lisa, Camille. Server warning in our area. Oh no! I hope you're gonna be all right. Don't send any server around this way. I'm so looking forward to some good weather, some sunshine, just to be able to sort of go out there and do bits in the garden. And I don't know. I'm so ready for some very good weather. I think my camera has frozen. Let me just reset it quickly. I'm just going to unplug the camera and plug it back in, and hopefully that shall fix it. Let's have a look. Yes, I am moving again. I'm not frozen. Right, okay, so I am going to do the gold with you. So I'm going to use these beautiful iris seed beads and the gold crystals. Now I use super long thread. Use the thread what you like, or what you like comfortable using. What I love about super long thread, that it comes in so many different colors, so I could go more sort of a browny color, or with this one actually I could more sort of a goldy color as well, depending on which way I want to take the bracelet. I'm going to go with this brown. Oh, Barbara saying she's from Pennsylvania, so happy to watch live. No babysitting today. Oh, bless you. What time is in Pennsylvania? I'm so rubbish with time zones, but I'm very fascinated with it. How does it all work out, and what time is in what part of the world? I think it's just really cool. Right, I'm gonna grab a needle. I want a blue needle. There we go. So I love using this color eye needles. We do sell them on the website. This one is blue at the top. I don't know if you can see it. I'll show you a different color. So there's a red and a black. The red is 12, the blue is 11, and the black is 10. And the 11 is just a little bit thinner than the 10, but not as flimsy as the 12. So since we had these 11s, I use these 11s for pretty much all my beading, because as a rule of thumb, I would use a size 10 needle for size 11 seed beads, and if I'm working with 15s, I would use a size 12 needle, but the 11 is really good for it as well. Kelly saying, first time I ever caught yourself live, but the second time I've watched Total Beads live. Hello to you, Kitty, and everyone in the chat. I'm glad you're feeling a bit better. Oh, thank you. Linda, good morning. Elaine, Sally, hope you're well. Elaine saying, long time no see, lovely to see you again, hope you're feeling better. Yeah, I'm sort of trying to kind of managing everything at the moment, but I keep saying I'm about 70%, so I still get very exhausted. I'm still got the cough, my voice is still coming and going. It's been 6 weeks, a very long time, but I am on demand now. I think I'm sounding better as well now. Morning, Robin, Sharon. Morning, Angela, from a very vet forfar. Trish, good morning. So, right, okay, let me get started beading and then we can get Jet. Debbie, good morning. 6:10 in Pennsylvania. Wow, that is early. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with 5 beads. So, it's an uneven number of beads we're gonna be using. We're gonna start a crystal, seed, crystal, seed, crystal, seed, until we have got 5 of them on there. So that's 4, seed, 5, crystal, seed. Just, if I can zoom in a little bit more. Crystal, seed, crystal, seed. Now I'm going to take all of these down. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to cut off the bobbin. And we started with a crystal because when I run out of thread on this side and I'm ready to add the clasp on, I can take more thread off the bobbin and continue my bead work the other way. And because we started a crystal, we will be in the right position to start beading on that side, you know, to bead there, so less time to join threads. Right, I'm going to go through all of these one more time. So I'm coming from a tail end. I'm going to go through all the seeds and the crystals, and I'm going to form a little circle. I'm going to go all the way around, just like that. And finally, let's go all the way around. I'm trying to not to pierce through the thread as I go, so I can sort of pull it nice and tight. I'm going to come through the very first crystal again. So 1, I can pull my base circle here tighter, and 2, I'm in the right position to add the beads. So every single time from now on, from here, we're going to do the same step. So I'm going to pick up 1 seed, 1 crystal, 1 seed. I'm going to be traveling around my circle. I'm going to miss what I picked up. So I'm going to miss seed, crystal, seed, and go through the second crystal. And I'm going to repeat this again. So seed, crystal, seed. Again, I'm going to miss out what I picked up, and I'm going to go through the second crystal. And these new loops I'm adding, just going to come and sit on the top. In the very first row, they might kind of sort of pop out to the side, but once we go and add a few more, they're gonna become tubular. So if they're sticking out to the side, just sort of pull them to the top, because you want to make sure they are sitting on one side. So again, seed, crystal, seed, and I'm gonna miss what I picked up, so I'm going to miss a seed, crystal, seed, and now I'm actually going into the crystal what I picked up the very first time, the very first loop I added, and I'm going to pull this nice and tight. I'm just going to pull down on it. So again, I always, if I look at it from above, I have 5 crystals and 5 seed beads. So seed, crystal, seed. Again, I'm going to miss what I picked up and go through the second crystal. And I'm going to continue this all the way down until I have about a feet thread left. And then I can add on the clasp and bead from the other side. So I'm keep doing the same thing. Seed, crystal, seed, missing what I have picked up. I just caught my thread on my bracelet and pull this up. So there's a couple of ways I like to hold this when I first start beading. I like to hold on the thread which I'm working with and kind of tuck the tail end underneath and hold on to in between my middle and my index finger. So I'm kind of sort of suspending it on the top of my finger here. There is other ways you can hold it. You can, you need to work out what is most comfortable for you. So when I add the next one, I would just sort of pull it, and then I would go ahead and I can tighten it up and hold it the same way again. So that's one way to hold it, because it's kind of, when you're working with small beads, can be difficult to work on the first few yours until you have something to hold on to. The other way you could hold on to it, you could hold the beadwork in your hand, kind of sort of pinch it in between your thumb and your index finger. So I'm just going to add another one like that. But there's another trick which I want to tell you about, and that's why I'm kind of saying all of these ways. Just got caught on the crystal. What did I do? Another way you can do it is, let me just add this on. If you are really struggling to hold on to this, what makes life so much easier is to get a small crochet hook, or you know, a skewer or something where you can find in the kitchen, maybe a 3 mil, 3.5, this is 3.5 mil, I think at the end maybe 3 mil-ish, little circle or object or cylinder rather, and I'm going to put my beadwork on it. So then I can hold onto the crochet hook itself with my hand and kind of just hold the beadwork on the top. And I'm traveling, still always traveling into one direction. I'm not going backwards and forwards. I don't need to step up even, so I'm just keep on doing the same thing over and over again. But it just makes it so much easier to be able to hold on to. And if your beadwork becomes a little bit loose the row before, just step back and pull on the crystal, a couple of crystals back, and then you can pull on your end and it's all tightens up. If anybody's got any questions, please pop a Q or say question in front of your question, so I know that is for me. And I'm just going to keep on going and adding a few more to this. So every single time is seed, crystal seed. I'm missing on my circle what I'm picking up and going into the next one. And I can hear my voice is going a little bit. Good morning, Tracy. So he's saying we lost a couple of trees to Storm Eunice 2 years ago. Oh wow, that's a shame. That's what I'm afraid of too as well, because next door there is this big oak tree taller than my house, and every single time when it's stormy, I'm just like afraid that it's gonna come down. But trees are very sturdy. It can be very scary though when they're coming down, because they're so big and so heavy. So I'm keep adding the same thing, seed, crystal seed, and going around. And every single time I'm missing what I picked up, and keep going on. So I already have got like sort of a half an inch there. And that's all there to it. That's all there to the stitch, what we're doing. Very, very easy. Even if you put it down, you know what you need to do. There is no stepping up, there is nothing else. This is what I love about something like this, is you're just doing the same thing. It's like, I call it like a no-brainer stitch, because you can, some people like to bead together or watch with other people and have a chat at the same time. With this one, you don't need to pay attention to any pattern. You're doing the same thing over and over again and creating something really sparkling and beautiful. Also, if you like to watch TV or a movie or do something else at the same time, this is really nice to keep the hands busy. I find it very therapeutic when I do something like this, where it's just I don't have to think about it. I'm just doing the same stitch over and over again. Let me know if you have done uneven netting before and how did you find it. So if I wanted to, I could start off with 7 or 9 beads, would keep doing the same over and over again. Oh, frozen again, keep freezing. Web keeps freezing. Are we freezing on both or one? I'm very hoping my internet is gonna get sorted very soon. I've been waiting for one of the companies to install my cable for 6 months now, since the start of October, which is a little bit annoying. So I still got the satellite internet, and it can be really good at times, but sometimes it can unfortunately cut out just a few seconds. So I'm keep going around and just adding. I'm going to remove this because I got quite a bit to hold on to now. So I got about 1 inch worth to hold on to. The other thing I love about this stitch, and when you do this, is it's a little bit stretchy. Like there is a bounce in the in the stitch. So when you're wearing it, it's not rigid at all. It's got sort of a little bit of a give and take in it, and really comfortable to wear something like this. I'm just gonna keep going. I often do change the way how I hold it as well. Do a few stitches this way, and then I sort of change. And I do that because if you keep holding it the same way all the time, I find that my fingers get tired. But kind of changing every so often how I'm holding it, it just helps me that my fingers don't get tired so much or achy. So I'm just going to keep on going and going. It would take me probably about a couple of hours to make a bracelet with this one. Maybe a little bit less, maybe an hour and a half. Very nice, and I just love it. These crystals are fantastic. I think they just got like the amazing quality to them. They're nice and small. They're a size of a size 11 bead. However, the hole on them are quite big, and we can go through it quite a few times if you needed to. Angela saying, I lost my garage to a falling tree back in 2010. Insurance called it a act of God. Oh no, I am so sorry. That must have been so annoying. Well, infuriating really, with the insurance company. It's so bad when things happen like that. Right, I am just going to add a couple more and I'll show you how to do the end. Barbara saying, I have done this technique before but never tried it to my crystal. It looks really nice. I keep on going around in circles. Sometimes I like to do something a bit more chunkier, and then I sort of switch to this very small, well, not very small, because like with size 15s, if I only have to pick them up once, I'm okay. If I have to go and stitch back through them all the time, it's a little bit more sort of tiring on the eye and the hand. But what I love about this one is we only going through the size, we only picking up the size 15. We don't need to go back through it, so I don't need to then go and search on the pattern. I love micro crystals. I just love how sparkly they are, and the hole on the crystals are a really good size, because sometimes the smaller the beads get. We had some 2mm pearls some time back, maybe even 3-4 years back now, but we had some 2mm pearls, and they looked really nice, and you could put into patterns, but you couldn't go through them more than twice. So therefore it was very limited for what you could use it for stringing, but you can't really use it in stitching because you can only go through it twice, and then it's kind of sort of can be a little bit annoying trying to go around it and create a pattern. How can I put this bead in there but then I don't have to come through it again. Oh, Robin is saying, Kitty, you know, I'm always looking for ways to make things in masculine form. Could you suggest how to perhaps make this in a masculine form, larger beads, or putting beads inside the netting? I think like feminine and masculine things are like very similar most of the time. It's depending on what beads you use. So for somebody masculine, I would use more matte beads. You could do the netting. I think it would still look good. Perhaps just try it with seed beads and don't use crystals. You could use size 11 crystals, size 11 seed beads instead of the crystals. So that would definitely help, and make it more masculine. I would use more matte beads as well, sort of. I don't know. You could use larger beads, of course. You could use hematite beads. They are 3mm, so you can size up. At the moment is size 15, and microcrystals, which microcrystals are about 2mm beads. You could go up to size 11 and size 8. That would work as well. Size 15 and the size 8 would work. And if you want to go even bigger, then it's size 11 and size 6s. So always, if you go up with the one bead, you have to go up with the other bead as well at the same time. But I think it's more about what the type of the beads, not so much the size. It's more, yeah. But then you could, what you could do, because you're creating a hollow tube here, if you want to be more masculine, you could add like a leather. I would do it. I would still do it in a more of a matte beads, and you could add, because it's a hollow tube, you could add a leather tubing inside it, so something like that. That would look good too. Just saying, my 72-year-old eyes don't appreciate size of things. You know, Judith, like for the last few years. I swore that these size 15s were getting smaller and smaller, and it's not my fault, it's not my eyes' fault, it's the size 15s got smaller and smaller. And then this year in January I went and got my eyes tested, and now I need glasses. So now the size 15s are back to the normal size. That's what I love about this pattern, that you don't have to, like with the size 15s on my mat, I kind of sort of just poke at them and they go on the needle. I don't really need to think about them that much. I don't need to pick them up, and because I don't need to go through them again, it's nice. Well, apart from the end, when we do the end, but it's a really nice stitch to keep on going with. And at the mat, I just poke at them with a needle, and then one or two always sort of jumps on there. Tracy's saying, I made a bracelet and necklace set, hard to hold when getting started. That's why I've given you sort of a couple of tips at the beginning, how to hold it or how I hold it, and you can always insert something in it. I just got a little knot on the end there, so I'm just going to get a couple of needles and pull that knot apart. And there we go. So I got just over an inch now, so it does grow. Right, so to do the end, I'm going to add one more set, and then I'm going to do the end, show you how to do the clasp, and that is really there to it. The kits are on sale, 20% off to $8.99. You get 4 strands of microcrystals, you get the seed beads, the Toho clasps. Right, okay, so we are at the end, and then what I'm going to do is I need to close this up. So I'm going to show you this finished one. So I need to kind of taper it into a point at the end, and then we're going to be adding the toggle itself on there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop using the crystals for a sec, and I'm just going to add seed beads. So a seed crystal seed is bigger than 3 seeds together because the seed bead is smaller than the crystal. So I'm just going to pick up 3 seeds, and I'm going to do the same what I would do if I did my normal stitch. So I'm going to go through the second crystal. So we're going to do 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to tell you what 3, 2, 1 means just in a sec. So I'm picking up 3 again, going through that second crystal. And finally, I'm going to pick up 3 again. 1, 2, 3. But this time, I'm going to go into the middle of that first 3 I added. So 3 times 3 beads. Then I'm going to go down to 2. So I'm going to pick up 2 beads. I'm going to stitch into the middle of the second loop we just added. I'm going to pick up 2 beads again, stitch into the middle of those 3. So 2 times 2, and now we're just going to add 1. So I'm just going to pick up 1 bead, and I'm going to stitch into the second one of the 2. So kind of pulling this together just like that. And then I'm going to go back into the second one of the second 2, and I'm ready to add the clasp. So I did 3 beads 3 times, 2 beads 2 times, and 1 bead 1 time. So 3, 2, 1, and we are ready to add the clasp. So I've got like a little pointy end there. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to need to grab a clasp out of my little pot here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads, I'm going to pick up a crystal, I'm going to pick up another 2 seed beads, I'm going to go through the loop on the clasp, pick up another 2 seed beads, come back on the crystal, just like that. I am going to pull this nice and tight. I'm going to pick up another 2 crystal, and I'm going to go through sort of, when you look at it from above, you go sort of 4 seed beads here. It doesn't really matter which one we kind of sort of going to go through, because I want to go back up again. So I'm just going to go through these 2, the top one there, what I can see. So we went through the clasp, and this is attached with 1 thread. However, what I like to do, I like to go back up and reinforce this. I'm going to pick up another 2 seed beads. I'm going to make it a little bit chunkier here. I'm going to go through the crystal, up the seed beads towards the clasp, through the loop on the clasp, and the seed beads on the other side, coming through the second seed there and the crystal. I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to pick up another 2 seed beads, and then I'm going to go in. I'm sort of going to look around where can I fit these 2 seed beads in, but it will be here. So I'm going to come through that single seed bead there, and then I have got sort of 4 legs for this clasp to stand on. Now, because we added that crystal, so we went that way, with our clasp can turn around, which is quite handy when you're trying to put it on or take it off. And all it's left to do, I like to weave my thread back in. Got quite a lot of thread left, but I kind of like to run around this sort of top rows, top 2 or 3 rows, because that's the places you're going to be tugging on the most when you're wearing your bracelet. Yeah, when you're trying to take it off or put it on. So I kind of like to reinforce these last few crystals, and all I'm just going to be doing, I'm just going to be traveling back, following any thread path I have created previously, and just going round and round keep going down, reinforcing my beadwork here, just traveling around. And when I had enough, you can add a 1 thread knot, but with this one, if you go around, like, you know, quite a few times, sometimes I just trim the end, because it's already been up and down the clasp enough that there is no way that thread can travel back up. But for that, I need to probably go around like 5-6 times. But if you wanted to secure it down, I would secure it down right before a crystal, because pulling the knot into the size 15 is a little bit more tricky. So let me just pull this through. There we go. So when I'm just going to go through this seed bead here. When I'm in front of a crystal, I'm just going to sort of catch the thread in between the crystal and the seed bead there. And as I'm pulling this through, I'm going to have this little loop forming on my thread. Before this loop disappears, I'm going to take my needle through it. And then as I'm pulling this tight, just make sure it doesn't jump over the bead, the seed bead. As I'm pulling this tight, I can see there's a little knot forms just on the top of the thread. And then I'm going to take this through the next bead, slightly pull on it a little bit so the knot kind of sort of jumps in there, and then I'm ready to trim it off. Never trim it off right next to the knot, because it can come undone. I mean, he's saying I don't like using size 15, it's too tiny. Camille says, I know. Yes, they are too tiny, but in this instant are not, because you're putting them on your mat. This is why it's really crucial to have a bead mat or some sort of like a fleecy surface, because look, I don't really need to look at them, but I'm just sort of stabbing at them, and then very quickly you can pick them up. You can, you know, just as any beads, because size 15s actually they have, if you compare it to a size 11, and let me just grab a size 11 bead so I can show it to you. I'm gonna grab the same color. So this is the same color bead in size 11, and if you look at it from above, I don't know how much you can see from above. Just line it up. So if you look at it from above, the hole on the size 15 is really big. So the wall of the size 15 seed beads are much thinner than on the size 11 seed bead itself. So the hole on them are almost the same size. So that's why, like, sort of poking at them, they kind of jump on the needle itself. So that's size 11 and that's size 15. So if I put them on the needle, you can see them this size as well. That they are different, but the difference is not really that much. So that's the, what colorway was this? This is the gold iris colorway with the gold crystals and the brown iris seed beads. And as I said, it's got this little bit of bounciness in it, so when you're wearing it, and I'm going to put this one on, let me just zoom out a little bit. I'm going to pop this one on for you. I love toggle clasp. I love toggle clasp and magnetic clasp is the most I use. Magnetic clasp is easier to just kind of sort of snap on, but toggle clasp can be more secure. So I just love it. I love how it kind of sort of spins a little bit around, but not too much. How the stitch is made. I had sort of fun with this one. So do enjoy it. So one kit is $8.99, down from $10.99 today. It's got 4 strands of crystals, so it's enough for one necklace or a couple of bracelets. It's up to you. I wanted to, because seed beads, you're going to have plenty in there in the bag, so I wanted to give you enough crystals that if you wanted to, I think it's a perfect size for a necklace as well. And although the crystals are sparkly, but they're not overpoweringly sparkly, so I really do sort of love it. Right, and let me just bring this one. So this one is the Dragonfly. This one is the Jet Hematite, just quickly showing you the colors again. Then we've got the Crystal Sapphire. I love this colorway, so nice, and actually goes nicely with my top today. Very nice and springy. We do have got this one, which is the Jet Crystal Gold. So we got kind of sort of maybe a little bit more of a reverse of this one, but I would say this one is more brown and gold. This one is more like sort of comes out as a beigey color overall. Then we have got the pink mauve, last but not least, which are very much kind of sort of stay the same color for the crystals and the seed beads, so it blends in. So some of them are made to stand out, and some of them are made that they blend in a little bit more. Right, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this. I am going in, we got a bead club coming up today, and I'm going to show you the necklace we're doing. We're doing a shabby loop jewellery today, which you can either wear, and I'm just going to zoom out a little bit more so you can see it. So this one, you can either wear it as a bracelet. So we're going to make the front component of it, and then we're going to make an extender going towards the back. I love doing things like this because it's kind of sort of interchangeable, and you can wear it a lot of different ways. But again, I love this technique as well. Right, everybody, have a beautiful weekend. Have a beautiful Easter. It's just around the corner. Whatever you do, I hope the weather is going to hold out for everybody. I'm going to change the camera because I feel, why am I'm so... There we go, that's better. I don't know what happened there. So, whatever you do at Easter, do enjoy it. I got a bit of housework to catch up on before I can enjoy it, because being sort of not very well for the last few weeks, I got a lot to catch up on. Like I need to clean windows and do all sorts of different things. So I'm hoping to get that done. But I will have to do it in like little bits by bits, like do a little bit and then sit down, do a little bit and sit down, because I still get tired out very quickly, and then I need a rest. So whatever you do at this Easter, do enjoy it, and we will be back next Wednesday. Laura will be with you next Wednesday. There is no lives on Friday or Monday because it's bank holiday. So I hope you just sort of, you can have a look at previous projects. There is so many on there to choose from, and have a little play. So everybody have a very good weekend, and I see you very soon.